welcome back to episode 17 or part 17, I'm pretty sure, of my F1 22 My Team Career Mode series. And right now, this is just all the benefits after free practice 3. So it looks like I got like 1,000 R&D points, something like that. And then I got discounts for doing all the practice programs. So like on my powertrain, aerodynamics, chassis, durability, all of that got a discount. You can see. And then there's the acclaim for me. I'm still 16. Mick Schumacher, he's still 14. And the team is still 19 for the acclaim. So we go back into the computer screen area. There's Mark telling us a little bit about the Canadian circuit. Our gearbox is pretty worn. Same with our ICE, our ICE internal combustion engine. So I put the second version of those, I guess, for those two. And they keep the rest of the parts on the first part. So now I have 2,126 points. So I'm going to see which is the cheapest in all of them and then choose that one to upgrade. So it looks like I'm going to make an upgrade to the bearings, which is on a powertrain component. And then I make another upgrade, the fuel technology efficiency, which is also powertrain. So now I am left with 293 points. That's the R&D chart. We're currently, We're currently 9th in R&D, which is pretty good, not last. And now we are going to qualifying. So yeah, 9th in all the teams. I think it was that Williams? I forgot the other team. I think it was Williams and Alfa Romeo. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm going qualifying right now. I already have my custom setup. I have my 2 parts, and I'm just gonna run the soft tires. Here's my lap. I guess I won't talk. You can enjoy my lap in peace and quiet. I already dropped down.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Verstappen, Hamilton, and George Russell. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles per hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially the infamous Wall of Champions, and watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and that final chicane. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Ricciardo, Hughes, Vettel, Norris and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Albon, Oscar Piastri and Ocon, Schwartzman, Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou and Yuki Tsunoda, Bottas, Stroll, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Let's talk about Hughes. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, they've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far. But whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. Make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out. Let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, that was the formation lap over, and it's 5 lights out, and away we go. And then I don't know, we have gearbox problems or something. It keeps starting on neutral, so I shift up all the way to 6 and then brake for the first turn. I caught the corner, but I didn't get a warning, so but I keep my position. I'm still P7, which is what I started. I overtake Ricciardo down the inside of turn 3 now, I think, and now I steal P6 away from Ricciardo, right on the tail of Leclerc and the Red Bull. I make a dive bomb on Leclerc and the Red Bull, and I also cut the corner, but I didn't get a warning. But yeah, pretty easy overtake. Leclerc was on the medium, so and I'm soft, so my pace should be faster anyway to make that overtake. Looks like Leclerc tried to make an overtake down my inside, but I covered it off, and yeah, I'm 1 second away from him, so it should be fine. Make a dive bomb on the signs, run really wide, but the move sticks, and I dive bomb Sainz in the Ferrari. New, so I am P4 now with Lewis Hamilton in the P2, George Russell in the P3, and then I got warning for track limits, so cutting the corner at the Wall of Champions. It looked like signs. Try to go down my outside, but didn't make it. Nothing happened. Lap 2, so I just skipped ahead, and I got a 1:12.495, which is the fastest lap. I stole that from Max Verstappen, which he's in the Red Bull, and I'm still on Russell's tail in the Mercedes. It looks like there's a yellow flag somewhere. Let's see who retires. or if there's an accident or something. Who's going slow on the mini map? Oh, it looks like no one retired. There's an Aston Martin all the way in the back in the last place, the wooden spoon. So I wonder who that is in the Aston Martin. But I get DRS on Russell. And I'm going, trying to overtake him, activate my ERS, and I make the dive bomb down the inside, not outside. And it works, it sticks, marked on the great pass. Get the ERS and I get the DRS. Activate that. I set a green sector 1 and sector 2. So this might be the fastest lap of the race so far. Try not to get a warning, and I nearly hit the wall of champions. I mean, I'm not a champion yet, so I can't hit it. But I set the fastest lap again with a 112.287. Nothing happened lap 4, so I just go ahead again. There was a little oversteer, I think. Just Mark telling me to change the pit strategy to pit on lap 7 instead of lap 9, which I think I have it set as lap 9, but I just kept it. I think I kept it. I don't know. I'm just gonna follow what Verstappen and Hamilton do, which they're in front of me. And that lap time was a 12.807. I still have fastest lap, and I'm 1 second. I'm within 1 second of Hamilton. So on these straights that have DRS, I will get DRS. I'll try to make an overtake on Hamilton this lap. Let's see if I can make it work. Here I am. I activate my DRS. Going up the gears, I go up to 8th gear. Shift down back to 4. I'm 0.7 seconds away. I don't think even I could make this dive bomb work. Had a little oversteer right there, so I think my tires are worn. And I make the dive bomb. It was close. He nearly turned in. Turned in on me, even though I made a dive bomb on him. But yeah, so that dive bomb worked. I'm now in P2, baby. Got Max Verstappen in the Red Bull in front of me. But I am gaining up on him right now. I'm like 1 second away at lap 7. That's the time I lap. That's the time I go pit. So I'm going to pit this lap unless Verstappen doesn't pit this lap. I'm just following what he's doing. So I don't think I'm going to try to overtake him right now on this lap. Checking my tire wear is 22 in the front, 27 and 26 in the rear. So I am within 1 second of Verstappen, so I get DRS. Activate that DRS and going back down to 4th gear. I'm 0.7 seconds away from Verstappen. So let's see if I make a dive bomb, and it looks like Sebastian Vettel is out of the race. And that was close. That was close. And I made it work. And it looks like in the MFD there was a warning. I got collision Verstappen, but in the MFD it looks like I didn't get any damage on my front wing. So I think I am just going to pit this lap. Yep, here I am going into the pits. And get fresh, brand new mediums. Looks like I can recoup my ERS. I only have 19%. Perfect turn in. Let's see if it's a perfect stop. 2.2 perfect stop. And even that gained some time on the people behind me. There's a huge gap in the pits. Let's see where I end up. And I end up P5 out the pits. So my tires are cold, you can see. And I use Fahrenheit, I'm American. Can't use Celsius. So they're like blue right now, so I'm just gonna try to warm them up. It looks like that is where Sebastian Vettel retired, right there. So yeah, he's in the McLaren. He retired out the race. I thought he was doing pretty good this season 2. And let's see if he can make a comeback. And nothing happened on that lap, on my out lap of my pit stop. So I just skipped that. It was at lap 8 at 1:15. It looks like Mick Schumacher is in the pits. Looks like my turbocharger is really worn. It's at 62%. And then I asked for a full race update from Mark. I'm in P2 with Leclerc in front of me. He's P1. It looks like now I will become P1 because Leclerc, the Red Bull, is pitting. So now it's me P1, Hamilton P2, P3 Verstappen, P4 Russell, and P5 Sainz. And here we go. So far, haven't hit the wall of champion. You know, I'm not a champion yet, so maybe. Oh, in that lap I said a purple sector 1, green sector 2, but then a red sector 3. I still have the fastest lap though. No change in the top 5, but it looks like Hamilton made an overtake right in the beginning lap. I went back around, and then we're still fighting into turn 2, and I make a mistake and I keep the P1 position, but he is within 1 second, 1 second of me, and it looks like I nearly hit the wall of champions, but I didn't. I'm not a champion yet. And nothing happened. Lap 14. Going, and I set the time of 1:13.452. Looks like Hamilton really wants to overtake me. He's like right on my gearbox. It looks like my MGUH is also at 60%. Most of my parts are worn, like my energy storage 42, MGUK 40. So I think next race I'm going to replace those parts for some fresh parts. That means a faster car, because fresh parts mean faster car, obviously. Here's a Hamilton will try to go down the outside, but nah, took his nose out. There we go, lap 17. I had a little wobble. And for lap 17, I set up 1:13.226. Going on to lap 18, you know, final lap. Looks like my gap to Mick Schumacher was 40 seconds. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can just see the gaps on the mini map. It's me, Hamilton, out in the front. And then like another 3 seconds behind us is Verstappen, Russell, Sainz. And then probably like another 5 seconds behind them is Ricardo and Leclerc. And then you got the Alpine, the Haas, and the McLaren. So yeah, it's just gaps everywhere. That's pretty good. The Haas and the Alpine scoring points, and the McLaren, and the McLaren's a normal point scorer. It's like Hamilton tried to go down the outside there, switch back to the inside. No, Hamilton couldn't overtake me. On the last couple of turns now, I activate my ERS. Try to just keep that straight line speed to go. It looks like Hamilton, oh, he's gonna make overtake. Oh, we're gonna battle us right to the last turn and go. And he couldn't make the move for P1, so I am going to be taking P1. After a couple races just on top 10, we finally went back to the top spot to P1, which will help us in our championship battle. And now we got driver of the day. He started P7, ended up P1, pretty good. Good, there's our team celebrating Canadian GP. That's pretty close to America, just right above us. So basically like my second home GP, just North America. But there we go, there's Max Verstappen congratulating us. We're celebrating on top of our car. And next season, it's gonna be a new livery. Can you do this? Blue and red for 2 seasons straight now. And just you wait for next season. There we go. Who's gonna do the podium celebration now? And it looks like there was a glitch. We were on the screen for a while, but there we are. Ha ha ha. There's us on the screen. Yes. We're making our little dance, making our way to the podium. There's Hamilton. There's Verstappen. So top 3. We're gonna be one of them someday. One of the legends. Maybe we'll be Hamilton, taking 7 titles, 7 drivers' titles. Or we'll be like Verstappen, the new up-and-coming drivers' champion. And we are spraying champagne on our team. Hamilton, Verstappen, everybody. Here's the race rundown. We have us, Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Ricardo, Alonso, Piastri, Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Schwartzman, Albon. My Piastri in the has scored points, but when he was with us, he didn't score points. Weird. Sonoda, Magnussen, Zhou, Stroll, Bottas, Schumacher, Latifi, and Vettel. Vettel's the only one that did not finish. It looks like we're P1 in the standings, and behind us is Carlos Sainz in P2. Let's see our challenger. We move up to P4 in the constructor standings, which is pretty good for our race win. So for our team acclaim, or our acclaim in general, we're still 16, Schumacher's still 14, we're still 19, but we all went up. And we got $500,000 from all of our sponsors. And here we go, we have a sponsorship renewal for Zigzag, and we just renew. I like all my sponsors I have, so now I'm just gonna keep renewing with them. You know, they're easy, so $500,000 every race week, pretty easy. So let's see what we do. We do second driver PR filming, which will help with our driver acclaim. And what else do? I do it. Oh no, do I? I do a 10 F1 esports event, which will also boost the driver acclaim. And I do a podium or sponsorship. Which one? And I do the sponsor events, which will help boost the team acclaim, but use some of our cash. So we only have 593 points, so not that much to spend for R&D. Yeah, all of our, like our turbochargers, a little like lime green. Same with our MGUH, little lime green. And there we go. We just gonna advance the days. Yep, we got that done. We get weekly resources. Oh, we have a marketing department event asking me who I want to be my rival. It's the two Red Bull boys of Leclerc and Verstappen, and I choose Leclerc. Currently, I'm beating Leclerc right now, so let's hope I can beat him in this rival. Advanced time, I get my weekly resources, and it looks like I failed a durability R&D part. So I'm going to go back into the durability R&D and rebuild that. And that sucks. Our durability is pretty good. Let me see. There it is. It's a MGUK. And oh, we're the worst. We're the worst in durability. I thought we'd be pretty good, but we need to work on our durability. But the chart's looking pretty equal between all of them, except for the chassis. The chassis needs some work, but we're still. Oh, now we dropped down to 10th. So the only people behind us is Alpine. So we need to upgrade our car. But that's it for episode 17. Episode 18 will be in Silverstone. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Thank you for 185. Get us to 190. Join us next week.